fashioned is an interesting drink because the first time the word cocktail was used in media was in 1808 in some newspaper in Chicago, and it was to describe a drink that is liquor, water, sugar, and bitter. That was literally the first cocktail, which is exactly what an old-fashioned is. And then the old-fashioned became popular literally 80 years later, and it was called the old-fashioned because it was actually hearkening back to that original drink in 1800. So now we're in this kind of old-fashioned rebirth thing happening in today's world where we're making that same old original recipe, 200-year-old recipe, calling it the old-fashioned, but it's almost like the old-fashioned at this point because it's already been born again. The ingredients are simple, like I said, water, which comes from the ice. Where you're using bourbon. The first old-fashions were rye, Angostura bitters, and sugar. And I'm going to do two things here because in today's world, especially when we're working behind the bar on a busy Friday, Saturday night, we use simple syrup because it makes the drink very fast. But the true old-fashioned, which I'm going to make for you first, is with muddled sugar. But to make it taste good, you actually have to wait minutes at a time for the sugar to dissolve into the whiskey. So it's stirring and stirring and stirring, and when you've got 30 orders coming your way in the next 15 minutes, you don't have time for that. So a lot of bars in town will just splash in a little simple syrup to make it happen quickly. All right? So we will start. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way, right? So I'm going to do a heaping teaspoon of sugar. I'm going to make the old-fashioned way. We're going to put in a fair amount of Angostura bitters. This is one of the most interesting things, and pervasive worldwide. Everybody probably knows what this is. It's fantastic. So that's a fair amount. And then you're going to muddle the sugar. Even though it seems like it's fine, you're still going to break it up into smaller pieces. You're going to kind of emulsify the bitters and the sugar together into this little paste. Ounces of Old Forester 86. This is a great mixing bourbon. Whoa, wrong one. Hey. Great mixing bourbon, 86 proof, which means it's got a little extra kick, so it mixes really nicely. And then, to make the old-fashioned, especially if I was working behind the bar, it would basically be 4 to 5 minutes of this, right? So what you want to do is keep stirring, and you'll see the sugar start to dissolve. So right now you're seeing it collect on the bottom of the glass, right? So while this dissolves, I'm going to also make a simple syrup old-fashioned, just so you can see the difference in time, maybe flavor, if you all want to share your goodies with each other.
Should someone stir while you're...
No, that's cool.
Oh, okay.
Actually, sure. Devin, can you do the honors? All right. So now, the new old-fashioned, the simple syrup, for the sake of speed. I'm going to do it between a quarter-ounce and Thank you. No, don't be sorry. That's better. That's the proper setup. Sugar, bitters, whiskey.
Everybody was doing this for 4 to 5 minutes.
All right.
They need to be more aggressive.
Put the ice on it. Give it a good stir.
I don't know how to match right now. It's a race.
Well, what I'm saying is you're going to see that I could have made 3 of these simple syrup old-fashions before one of those is done.
You can also put it down on the counter while you stir. You can put it on the counter though while you
didn't have it on counter.
All right. Then it gets the classic garnish of an orange peel, and some would say the classic garnish of a cherry, which we do use because we love our cherries. They're delicious. All right, that is the simple syrup old-fashioned. Now let's see that one over there.
It Anybody want to?
Taste any of them? I can taste it for you.
There's still a little. there's still a little sugar in here. You can see it.
Who never had old fashioned?
Never
But we're
even
getting
tried
pretty
it.
good.
I feel
We're
like
getting
every
pretty good.
single person who just
Everybody had old fashioned. The way you had plenty of old fashioned.
It took that long to have almost all that sugar dissolved, but there's still a little bit in here. Once you add the ice, it slows down the process of dissolving the sugar even more. We're gonna throw some ice in there and finish up this drink.
I need some of that shit.
The one lesson I've been reinforcing every single week is that once you put ice on your cocktail, you're on the clock before it is ruined. You can ruin your drink depending on how much time it spends on the ice.
They can I see some of the wooden straws too?
Yes, that's good. They're actually straws. Yeah.
This foul is you were right.
Called hay.
It's really good. Old fashioned.
All right, do the same thing. Just the point of the peel is to express the oils out of the peel. So what I always do is I get it the long ways and I crease it, and you can see. I don't know if some of you can see that a little mist that hits the top of the glass. That actually adds as much nose as it does taste, and of course they're like very closely linked in your brain. So here is the old fashioned. You can always spray it with a little soda water if you want it, but that's it. That's the deal. Properly made old fashions. Old fashions. Woo! Thank you again so much for joining us. This is a lot of fun for us to do here. This Sunday afternoon is always a time that we're looking to bring some life into this room. So thank you so much for being that life these last few weeks. We got one more of these scheduled. Is that correct?
Here.
In 2 weeks from today. And then we're going on break, and we're going to see through the holiday season. We'll make some decisions about how to proceed with this
Like
in the
March.
future. Yeah.
Come out in the winter.
We have dinner service here starting at